All right, so it's another day back in the garage. I've stuck the front tire on. The new bearings finally came in, pounded them in, balanced the front wheel, reconnected everything. Still got to do the brakes, so I'm going to do that. Ran my vacuum line for the tank. When I started it, I was spewing oil out of that hole right there. There should be some type of gasket that goes there, something. I'm gonna have to research it. But that's where the wires come out for the stator. So it's blowing oil out and down and around. So it's not the O-ring for the starter that I thought, but there's definitely something supposed to be in here. So I gotta pull this apart, check it out. I don't know whether it was just filled with gasket sealer or what was going on. So I have a cover for I have a new gasket for this cover, so I'm gonna take this engine guard off, put the take the cover off, and we'll figure this out before I go through and do the front brakes, because this is a little bit more important than brakes. Can't have it spewing oil everywhere. Alrighty, so as you can see here on the screen, got a hole there where the wire comes through, where the wire comes out for the stator. So I don't know if that got pushed in. There's supposed to be a rubber grommet of some sort here. It's very jagged, so I don't know what's going on there. But I do have a new gasket for this side casing, so I'm going to pull this off, get that on there, figured this out. So why it's leaking oil. It's not the starter seal like I thought. It's just whatever's going on with this hole here. Alright, so going through, taking all the screws out of here. I'm going to pop this cover off to see if the O-ring or bushing that's supposed to be here is there. Oh, there we go. There it is. Ooh. What is that for? Oh. All right, so I don't know if this has ever been off before. Let me pull this whole wire out here. You can see the gasket here that's supposed to be in that spot, I believe. Or no, it's supposed to be here. Okay. Yeah. Right, I'm going to rip this. I have a brand new gasket for this over there. So I'm not really concerned saving the old one. You can see here that this rubber gasket that's supposed to be here has been pushed up and over. And this that's supposed to be up here, bolted here, has been rattling around in the case. You can see the wear on the motor itself. You can see the wear on this. See if it'll focus on it. There it goes. So you can see the wear where it's been wearing on there. So the bolt for this fell out. And where it is, I have no idea. So I don't know if somebody had taken this case off previously and lost something, or, which is possible, or if the bolt that was supposed to be there, oh yeah, this has got some mighty nasty chunks stuck in there. On the plus side, I don't see a bolt floating around. Do have two spacers here. I gotta make sure I put them back on. But nothing, no bolts in this oil pan. So I'm not sure if somebody had it apart, lost the screw, and threw it back together, or it just got disintegrated by the housing. I'm going to go through and I'm going to check back here and everything. The gasket back here, or the sprocket back here, seems to spin freely. So I'm not concerned with that. But we're definitely missing a bolt for this. But at least I know where my oil leak is coming from. Which will be an easy fix. I really wish I knew where that bolt went though. So I'm going to have to get a bolt for this. I might have a short Allen or something that'll fit in there. For the meantime, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look around the shop, see what I have. See if I can find some Loctite. Grab my new gasket and get her all cleaned up here for the new gasket. To me, that is just so weird. For this piece to be just kind of lying in there. I mean, you could see there's nothing stuck in there. Some oil in there, but there's nothing stuck in there. So I'm going to go with that's okay. All in all, though, I will say it's very clean on the inside. I don't see anything crazy. I mean, there's a couple metal shavings from what was riding on the magneto here. But other than that, I don't see anything. So that's probably what a lot of our rattle was too, along with the clutch. So I'm going to look around, see if I can find a bolt, and we'll go from there. Hopefully this is the last major issue with the engine. I went through and I oiled up the AirPods for the bike. Talked to my buddy. He said he just wants to kind of run some seat foam through the carburetors, which isn't going to hurt it. You know, just kind of let them clean up that way, because we cleaned them really good last year and it sat with no fuel in them. But, I'm sure there's a little bit of buildup from sitting. Well, what little bit of gas was in there. So, I'm going to get to work on this, clean this up, and go from there. Alright, so got everything back in place. New gasket on. Make her all look pretty. I didn't look up torque specs for these. I just kind of did a couple ugga-duggas. So they were snug. These don't have to be crazy tight. Just tight enough to make sure that they seal up the gasket. If it wasn't so late, I would run to the hardware store. I'd go get all Allens. But they're closed, so I'm not going to worry about it. If my buddy wants to do it at a later date, we'll pull it apart and we'll get it all done. So now I have to go through and rerun the wiring. And you can see this has been mangled. My buddy put this connector in there. This heat shrink connector was in there previously. So she's been diced up quite a few times. So unfortunately, this bike's seen a lot of ups and downs in its life. And hopefully this will be the final up for it. So I'm going to get the stator rewired back in, go through, and then I'm just moving on to the brakes. Once I get the front brakes done, I'm going to put his headlight back in. My buddy had me put these LED blinkers on. They don't seem to be liking the old system, or the old system doesn't like the LEDs. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. I think I might just let him figure it out. But all in all, she's coming together. I'm going to add a little oil, throw my starter cover back on, give her another start, see if I got any new noises, or if all my noises went away. I ended up finding an Allen bolt to stick in there for that bracket. Had to straighten it out a little bit. It was a little bent from God knows how long of rattling around in there, but I made sure I tightened that up good. Stuck a little Loctite on it. I could not find the other bolt that was in there. Honestly, to me, it looks like somebody pulled this apart at one point and didn't put it back together right. So I don't know if they were having a charging issue, or they had leakage, or... So I'm going to guess... It's hard to say how old this gasket is. So, could it be original? Maybe. I highly doubt it. But you never know. Alright, so this bike seems to keep giving surprise after surprise. Apparently, when they went to put the chain cover on, they tightened down this bolt too much and created a hole in the block. So now we have oil blowing out of there. As you can see, it's running down the side of the block. I went through, picked out all the old nasty, I'm guessing JB Weld. Not quite sure what they'd used to plug the hole, but it was something. We can go with JB Weld. But now we have to deal with a hole in the case. So I'm not sure what we're going to do for this. I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy and see if he wants to continue on this, or, sad to say, does he want to strip it down and make it a parts bike and sell parts. Kind of defeated at this point because we put so much into it, you know, new front tire, new rear tire, chain, sprockets. You know, this is something that neither of us realized. I mean, I might be able to clean that up and repack it full of JB Weld, but who knows how long that's going to last for. So we'll talk to him in the morning, because obviously it's nice and late out, probably sleeping. I'm thinking he's going to say JB Weld it, and we'll just keep an eye on it, but to have something like that blow out on you going down the road is not going to be a fun time. All right, so quick little update. Talked to my buddy, and he's not sure what he wants to do with the bike. He wants to at least try and ride it to see if he likes it. So we went through with a bunch of nasty JB Weld to get it on there for now. Figure as long as it holds, if he can ride it for a couple months, at least the rest of the riding season, he can figure out if he wants to go buy an engine or a crankcase, and he can figure out all that fun stuff. If he wants to buy an engine, we'll put a new engine in it. If he wants to do the crankcase, we'll get a new crankcase. The only thing I don't like is that the way this one splits is weird. Instead of being a left and a right, there's the oil pan underneath, which you can't really see. You get a better view from the other side. All right, so you got your oil pan underneath here, and you've got your bottom half of the case here, or middle part of the case, I guess you would call it, and you have the top half of the lower case here. So what they did, I know I said before, they over-tightened this, broke it off. I don't know if they decided that to break it off would be better or worse, but we'll figure it out. The bike runs good, so he at least wants to see if he likes it. If he likes it, we'll put a new engine in it. If he doesn't, we'll figure out what the hell we're going to do with it. If you like seeing this kind of content, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We'll keep working on the old bikes and three-wheelers and anything else we can find. And we'll see you next time.